There's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
Tempo, tempo. 14.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
19.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Tempo.
Third and long, it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Margus Hunt, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. 4th down, here's Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Indianapolis on a 5-game winning streak. They're 6-5 after that 1-5 start. And the man that has really done it, I mean, look, I don't want to put all the spotlight on the quarterback, but Charles,
Andrew
Luck has been really good. What, 3 touchdown passes at least in each of these victories?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
14, fight it. Gun.
On first down, Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gold. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Tempo, 14. Right,
Wilson now to throw on third down. He's got Lockett. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
His throw incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes. Yeah,
you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now Wilson, throwing on third and long. And this is going to be incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And the Colts coming out now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Here's Luck now on second down. And his pass incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. Hilton's first catch, good for a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Switching gears for a second to look at the NFL slate. You know, the bye weeks are now over, Charles, and if you had to pinpoint a couple of teams that are surprising you right now with where they're at, who would that be?
Well, I didn't think Washington would be in first place this late in the year, and they're still hanging in there. But 2 teams that really jump out at me. How about the run the Indianapolis Colts are on right now? And how well Andrew Luck is playing the quarterback position. We don't talk about that enough. They could very well win the AFC South with the play they're playing right now. And how about the Denver Broncos? That was a gutsy win at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are still hanging in there, still hopeful for a wild card spot.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Luck on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9. Here's Hines. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts are in for 6. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As Seattle takes a field again here, let's look at what they've done recently. 2 straight wins. Now they're at 6-5, and a lot of people were talking, hey, rebuilding year for the Seahawks. This doesn't look like a rebuilding year.
No, it certainly does not. And think about what they have on their schedule now that they're on this little bit of a run, because we talked about them in preseason. Had a little inkling, didn't we, that this could be the type of team that Pete Carroll would like to coach, and he certainly has it now. Down the stretch, 4 of the last 5 games at home, 2 games against San Francisco, 1 against Arizona, and they also get Minnesota and Kansas City at home in primetime games. And there's one thing we know. Russell Wilson is a primetime quarterback. Got to like Seattle's chances down the stretch.
Yeah, you had their game last week, that win over Carolina. You were glowing when talking about their quarterback, Russell Wilson.
All they've talked about is getting back to running the football, and they've done that pretty darn well. But when it's all said and done, everything flows through number 3. And he made the game-winning plays at Carolina, and I expect him to do the same as the season concludes.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory. Right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Well, that incompletion has me thinking, the Phillip Rivers last week, I know you saw this. You were working, but he only threw one of those that we just saw. One incompletion the entire game. His first 25 passes were complete.
It was so much fun because I actually saw a highlight, cut up that put all of them together, one after the other. 25 straight. Mark Brunell had the record previously, 22 straight for Washington in 2006. He goes 28 of 29, and I don't know about you, but that almost sounds more impressive than if he's totally perfect for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's got that one blemish, right?
That one blemish really sets it apart and lets you know what he did. 96.6 completion percentage. Good luck trying to break that record, people.
Zebra.
To throw again is Wilson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. That'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. The first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So
what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down. On first down, it's Love. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. On first down, Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now Adam Vinatieri. He's into his 40s now. You'd think low to mid-50s, probably about the outside of his range. So this will be spotted on the mid. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a Tyler Lockett. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 101 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. But special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Off of play action. Lock. Ebron's got it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. They are going for it. It's locked. And it is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right? But he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Second and 10 now, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive lineman with it.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Procise, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision. This unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll fake it. Now Locke. Ebron caught left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket. Strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart. Valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ryan Grant, 62 yards. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's caught, locked it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Wilson, he lets it fly for Rocket, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Now a first down throw, Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, CD, looking back to Thanksgiving, we had the typical triple header. Did you enjoy while digesting the turkey and pie?
I certainly did, and I think I'm still digesting the turkey and pie. But, you know, you have the traditional ones. You have the Lions who host and the Cowboys who host, and the Lions hosted the Bears this year. And despite the fact the Bears didn't have their starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, how about what Chase Daniel did? They went in there and took the measure of the Lions for the second time in a 3-game span. And then the Cowboys against Washington. I thought that was a terrific game, and Dallas got a much-needed win.
Yeah, Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they're sitting atop the NFC East.
Yeah, they're tied with Washington, and they split their season series. So a lot of football left to be played in that division.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Good jumbo! Good jumbo! Good jumbo!
Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he slings one that's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gotta go.
Again, Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Zero.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
14. Shotgun.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have
That's
a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Tempo.
Here's Wilson throwing again on second and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. After the interception, it's locked. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a third down. Play action. It's locked. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Wilson now. Back to the air on second down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
14, run it.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Finding room inside the 40. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down to the 27-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Let's get it. 14.
Now Wilson on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Throwing for his line back, and he's got it complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Off of play action, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down. Throwing now, Luck. Finding room to the 20. And the pass complete to Ryan Graham. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. They go play action here on first down. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Derek Swoop, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He hits Baldwin right side. 23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On the crossing route, complete. That's Baldwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. One last shot for Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I woke up in a